Stigma. We're a tool to help people manage their mental health. Mental health issues are a problem that impact 20% of the population worldwide, so it's over 1 billion people. And they just don't have the adequate tools to adequately manage and improve their mental well-being, as well as interact with their support network. I know this firsthand. I was diagnosed bipolar 5 years ago, so I'm building the tool that I wish I had, and it's been going pretty well since. The way it works, it's a mood-related journal. You write a short little journal entry, you select a mood. We provide analytics on your mood to help bring out trends and pick up on patterns. And you have the option to keep the entries private. You can share it with your support network, or you can share it with the anonymous community. We've had over 50,000 people sign up, 400,000 journal entries. We've been growing at like 8% week over week for the past 5, almost 6 months. And
can you show all this?
Yeah.
It's online, right? It's a website. So show me.
The app?
No, the app or the website. It's an app or a website?
It's an app.
It's an app.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can show the app then.
Yeah.
How much money do you need?
Nothing right now.
So what are you looking for?
Building a relationship.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't need my money?
We just raised 100,000. Yeah. So get to know you. I think you could be a valuable investor.
Okay. But get at least something from me. I don't know, 5,000, 10,000, something. Just to become an investor, I need to give you something, right?
Yes.
It can be just.
We've raised money from like previous mentors, of philanthropists. And we really want to know that, like, build a relationship with the people that we work with.
Okay. So what if I want to give you the money? Would you accept that?
I'd have to sleep on it.
Okay. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. And what are the plans, or like how are you gonna grow this?
Yeah. So
now you have reviews. Now you have the app. So what's next?
Yeah, it's been organic growth ever since we launched. Like after our launch date, and so we're going to be generating revenue. We just submitted the App Store premium version. We want to work on converting our new users. Our goal is to get 10% of our weekly active users into paying active users over the next like 6 months, and over the next year, it's to become generating more money than we're expending every month. Our monthly burn is $6,000 for 2 founders.
Yeah, but that's not big numbers.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's not big.
What is the plan for the big numbers?
The plan is like, we're going to sell, like we want to license this to schools, universities. They deal, it's a way to sell to a lot of people. Like really over the next 12 months, we're going to figure out, is this a venture backable business or not? And if it's not, then we don't want to take excessive amounts of venture capital. But what we really want to say is we want to build the best product out there to help people manage their mental health and see if it can get out there to 100+ million people. Because there's more than those amount of individuals that deal with serious mental health issues, and I believe that we can build a product for them.
But still, I don't see like where are the millions? I mean,
how does WhatsApp make money? They have a few people paying what is it, $1 a year? Yeah. So this is a more unique product that helps individuals. Like it'll become a predictive mood analytics tool. So eventually, over time, individuals are putting in enough data. We learn a lot about the human mind and nature and individuals' mental health that we can make predictions based on individual data of how their mood is going to act, or how their mood will be over a period of time based on these actions and these trends that they've been taking. So working hand in hand with people's therapists and such. And therapists have organically found this, either through searching for tools for themselves. There's many therapists that use this themselves, and they recommend it to their patients. And the better it is, the more that therapists will get out there and use it.
So the first source of money, I think, for you, and not the source of money, but a source of value for me as a user, is to be compared to a huge amount of anonymous people.
Yeah.
That's better than therapists for me, because therapists, I can understand that she's got a limited experience, just a few, I don't know, maybe a maximum 100 people. Yeah. But in your case, it's 1 million. That's one source. Another source, probably the therapist can connect back to you, and they can see a huge amount of data. So they can see what happens to people who's got some, I don't know, they go to the mountain and then, I don't know, I'm making this up. They go to the mountain for hiking and then the next day they've got a bad mood, they got I don't know, a breakup with their wife or whatever. So there's some connection. So the therapist may look at it and analyze this and show to the patient, for example, like, look, you know what, I have an access to the big database. And usually, when you go hiking without your wife and you get back home, then probably the next day you may have trouble with your wife. Look, this is statistically just 75, like 65% of people, they have that. Think about that. And the client will say, wow, you've got access to like really interesting data. It's not just you're making it up, but you're showing me this.
Yeah.
That's probably the source of maybe. I'm just selling the data. I think this is the last resort.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think it would build trust.
You're kind of betraying me as a client, so you're going to sell my data to some supermarket and they will, that's just cheap. Yeah, I would not go for that. So I think you have to work with these two sides.
I think working with companies could be interesting. Like anonymized data, so the company can know, hey, well, our employees aren't too happy, and these are the things that we can do to help make the employees happy.
Well, in that case, you will have to disclose to the company that they are employees, right? Because I'm anonymous. I'm reporting to you what's going on.
We may not necessarily have to give individual data. We may not even have to give the journal entries, just the overall benchmark of their employee happiness. And I think it would be ideal if it's opt-in, because then it builds more trust.
Could be.
I don't know what that would look like, but it's something that I think could be interesting. It's something that we're going to do as a team as we grow. We're going to be analyzing our data collectively and seeing how the teams move and how it changes over time. Maybe relating that with other, like overlaying that with active user base over time and a number of other variables.
Interesting. Yeah, there are many possible options. But not selling the data, I would stay away from that. From selling the data, I would stay away from that. It's not going to make you a good image for the company, because they will understand eventually from the news, from somewhere, that look, I'm telling you the truth about myself, and then boom, my data goes somewhere, even though anonymously, even though without my name. Still, I don't like that. I would be less honest with you.
Yeah.
And then the numbers will go off.
And then it's a less useful product.
Less useful, yeah. I'll just get less and less benefits from it. So I think you should focus on these two sides, the therapists and people. Maybe therapists less and more like people. So the value. So what kind of value you give to people. And yes, like I said, the biggest important factor is that you have a huge database, and my therapist doesn't have that. So that's why I'm going to use your app.
Yeah.
And my journal doesn't have that. If I write it to my journal, it's just me. Me, my own problems. I don't know what's going on to other people. I had a friend with bipolar, a girl, and she committed suicide last month.
Sorry to hear.
Yeah, that's a really sad story. So I kind of understand this problem. She was a really cute girl and really a friend, you know. And then boom. So I kind of realized the importance of this stuff. So, and she told me this story. Like one day I'm high, the next day I'm completely depressed.
Yeah.
So probably that was one of that days. So I can understand the value of that. So you're doing something good, I think.
Thank you.
Not just making business, which is also good. You know, making money is important, but making something which helps people is, people will come to you again and again. So if you put the good design on top of that and the stable servers and a good Objective-C and a nice graphics, then boom, you have something which helps people. But you're not alone, like I said. You're not. The competition exists and it's quite big, but looks like your product is one of the best, and in just 8 months. So yeah, I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Think about our money.